Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Norfadzillah Binti Alias from Group KAC2. The title for my research proposal is the relationship of watching English movies and reading English books on English proficiency among third-year USIMS communication students. For introduction, as we all know that Malaysia has set English language as their second language and its citizens most likely familiar with English language. In this research, the researcher intended to examine if there is any correlation between watching English movies and reading English books on Malaysian students. Next, the problem arises when the level of English proficiency among students in Malaysia is quite worrying. Though Malaysia have MUET or Malaysian University English Test, it only benefits those who want to pursue higher education in Malaysia. However, in my observation, third-year students of Faculty of Leadership and Management in USIM, especially communication students, they have low to medium level of English proficiency. Next, the objectives of the studies are to investigate the relationship between watching movies on students' English proficiency and to identify the relationship of reading English books on students' English proficiency. So, the question for this study are, is there any relationship between watching English movies and students' English proficiency? And also, is there a relationship between reading English books and students' English proficiency? Next, the significance of this study is, practically, the result of this study will provide some insight and information of USIM students' English proficiency. The research definitions of all variables. First, we have watching English movies. In watching English movies, sound and visual produced in the video or movies help the student to comprehend the visual shown to increase their understanding of English language. Next, reading English books. By reading English books helps students to develop their vocabulary because it exposes them to new words and strengthening the new words. Last but not least for the definition is English proficiency. So, English proficiency is defined as English language proficiency refers to students' ability to use the English language to create and communicate meaning in both spoken and written contexts. The supported theories are audio-visual learning and text reading. Audio-visual learning is supporting watching English movies as the media is anything that is capable of transmitting messages from sender to receiver in order to stimulate students' thought, feelings, attention, and interest in such a way that the learning process takes place and the learning objectives are achieved. Meanwhile, for the text reading, it is the reading models is likely to increase students' opportunity to read, which may be the primary reason for its observed success in developing fluency. Next, the hypothesis development. The hypothesis development for watching English movies shown the choice of movie genre raised additional question about which movie genre is most important to use in language learning. Next, in reading English books, the previous study portrays reading and English books may increase the students' proficiency in English language. Now, the conceptual framework and hypothesis of the research. The conceptual framework as shown on the screen and the hypotheses that can be drawn in the studies are there is positive relationship between watching English movies and students' English proficiency, and also there is positive relationship between reading English books and students' English proficiency. Design that will be used in the study is quantitative. This is to collect the numerical data from the sampling. Next, for the target population, the researchers have decided to conduct the study among USIM students focused on Faculty of Leadership and Management. Last but not least, for the sampling, the group will be communication third-year students. There are a total of 71 students will be included in this study. In conclusion, this study helps in putting insight of watching English movies and reading English books have positive correlation in English proficiency.